So this past weekend, last Saturday, James and I went up to Modesto, California to participate. I was invited there to speak and participate in the very first straight pride event. Straight pride event in Modesto, California. And I have to tell you, if you were not there, shame on you. Shame on you. You missed it. It was an amazing event. It was a spiritual battle. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring or the next hour bring or the next moment will bring, all right? I'm just talking about up until now. I am blessed and fortunate and so far willing to deal with this spiritual battle that we're having. What a great time to be alive, to deal with the spiritual battle that is happening in the greatest country on this side of heaven. I can't even imagine being a son or a daughter for women of God and not participate in this battle, this spiritual battle that's happening in a Christian country. What a blessing. But James was there. It was hotter than night and going north. The sun was out. And I got to say to all the guys and girls who showed up because you listened to this radio show, you heard about it one of the ways through the show, and you heard that I was going to be there. You came out to meet me and greet James and I and also participate in the Straight Pride Parade. Thank you all for showing up. You were amazing. It was an honor to meet all the guys and girls. And it was amazing that so many of you came from different locations around Northern California. Thank you for coming. And I'm being told that the Straight Pride is the fourth most trending topic in the world. Isn't that amazing? The fourth most trending topic in the world. Everybody and their mother! Everybody and their mother! Talking about it. The Street Pride. James.
Yes.
James is the host of the Hake, H-A-K-E report, right after my show, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and Sunday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific time. You went.
Yep.
And you say?
It was a lot of fun. And I liked your talk beforehand. Omar called in, who was also there. He called in to my show yesterday.
Omar is amazing. Yeah. Omar is one tough cookie. So is his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me her first name again.
I forget.
Omar, what's your girlfriend's name again? She is tough. And pretty, by the way.
And there was a bunch of people there. A guy showed up with his white babies.
Yeah, and the little boy. He looked like about 2 years old, 3 at best.
Yeah.
Baby bear, baby bear. That was so nice.
Yep. And the Antifa was there shouting. Luckily, they didn't have their masks on, so they couldn't assault us without getting identified.
And they don't allow that in Modesto, right?
They don't allow wearing masks. Yeah.
Good for Modesto. That's common sense.
Yep.
And then those children of Satan can fight back with weapons.
Yep.
Can fight with weapons. And a whole lot of fat lesbians.
True.
A whole lot of fat lesbians were there. And they're like fat from head to toe.
Mm-hmm.
You know you're fat when you're full fat.
Young and old.
But a lot of lesbians are fat. Are they depressed?
I think that what I read about in the news media was that women look at the emotions in the mind. They don't care about the body that much. So when they like each other, they stop caring about their bodies.
The lesbians?
Yeah. Whereas the guys tend to be more visually oriented.
Right.
So the gay guys so-called take care of their bodies, even though they catch diseases and stuff. But they tend more to be fit, whereas the women gays tend to be fat.
So the lesbians become the men, and the men become the lesbians.
Yeah. Yep.
And one thing I realized about lesbians, and I've known this for a while, I think, but it didn't come full circle until this weekend. Lesbians are meaner than women. Lesbians are like mean. I think lesbians are really the true demon angels of Satan.
Wow.
I do. I really think, because I saw some demon angels of Satan and those lesbians up there. Lesbians are like really mean.
Yeah.
Once I went to Boston once, and I was speaking there or going to some type of event, and I saw some lesbians, and they were mean. I'm like, wow, lesbians are mean. So now I realize from that event that lesbians are like the demons of Satan. They are below the women, normal women, right? Mm-hmm. And so they're like the angels of Satan. That's why they're extra mean. And they hate men.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. They hate men.
Interesting.
That's why they hate Christ.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I noticed that there were some people that were kind of transgender-ish looking people, and they were pretty violent themselves. There was this guy with pigtails, meaning ponytails on both sides of his head right here. And he was walking around taking pictures, right? And I said, "Are you voting for Trump?" "No." And then later on, this elderly man on a bicycle was trying to ride through. Somebody hit him, and so he kind of fell.
Oh, yeah, that guy came over to me and shook my hand first when he first rode up on his bike.
Yeah.
And so we were talking, and then I went back to the protest line. Next thing I knew, he was under attack.
Yeah.
They were attacking him.
Mm-hmm.
He
so
was white.
That's when I started looking around. But he was getting up, and this transgender-looking guy, had his camera right in the guy's face, and so the guy like moved his arm to get the camera out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
And he got mad, and you could see it on the ABC 10 video that's linked from your article in WorldNet Daily, because you wrote about this.
Right.
And the guy hits him in the back with his camera.
Amazing. It was, what happened, folks, first of all, I got to tell you, from what I was told once I got there, it was almost impossible to get the permit to hold a parade because the city council and whomever made that decision was against straight people. It was impossible, almost impossible to get insurance. And so they finally found a company that would insure them because the insurance companies are against straight people. And so, but Don, what was Don's last name?
Grundman.
What?
Grundman.
Yeah, Don Grundman.
Yep.
Didn't give up. And he and the team did not give up, and they finally got it. And so it did happen. But, and so what we did was they met in one location that morning, Saturday morning, and we gave speeches and things like that. And after that, we had some lunch. And then we got a call from the police department. No, from the owner of the place that we were using. And the owner of the place had gotten a notice, I believe, from the police department that the radicals who hate straight people, Antifa, the gay men, and the lesbians who hate straight people had discovered our location and that they were on their way. And so as a result of that, we had to end. I wouldn't have done it, but they ended everything abruptly because the owner wanted us to leave there. And so we got out of there. And then we went to Planned Parenthood.
Yep.
Because part of this straight pride thing was about protecting the unborn children as well. So we protested in front of Planned Parenthood there in Modesto, California. And that's when the children of Satan showed up.
Yeah.
And not only did they show up, they came over to our side of the road. Normally, the cops prevent you from coming on either side. If you're against straight people, you stand on that side. You can't come over. If you're for straight people, you're on this side. They can't come over. But they came over to us.
Yep.
And it was a mess.
It was fun, though.
It was. It was like cake and ice cream, strawberry pop, and peanuts.
And they were chanting nasty things, which the media didn't refuse to report about.
Yeah.
They were chanting no borders, no walls, no USA at all.
Yeah.
Cops and Klan hand in hand. They hated everybody good.
And they hate all good because they Satan's children.
Yeah.
And I had my sign said, at one time I held a sign that said the wall,
Build the wall.
build the wall. Then I switched with James, and was it with you or someone else?
Trump 2020, yeah.
And I had Trump 2020. And I said, great white hope, great white hope, great white hope, great white hope. 4 more years, 4 more years. And they didn't know what to do with the colored man.
Yeah, they got all mad that you were taking pictures with Don Grundman.
Yeah. Their nightmare is that people of color should not stand up for what is right. Because if people of color stood up for what is right, it would put them out of business.
Yep.
They got to make the black people be a victim. Even though it's a gross victim, you're supporting homosexuality, lesbianness, and everything that's wrong, dirty mouth and everything, right? But they need the blacks to be there so they can use the civil rights issue for their cause, as their cause, so they can get what they want.
Yep.
And so for black people and Hispanics and others, because there were Hispanics there and Omar and all those guys,
Yeah.
and we were taking a picture with Don, and those people were having a...
I shouldn't have laughed too hard.
What?
I encouraged him.
They were having a
laughing, he
fit
went
with
more.
that. They were like demons of the night.
Yep.
But it really turned out well. The cops were nice to us. As a matter of fact, one of the cops came over, a female cop, and she whispered something in my ear. I can't tell you what, but she did. And there were cops on horses, on feet, or foot.
On foot.
On foot. On feet. On
SUVs.
foot. On foot. And I got the feeling they liked us. Because the other cops, there were some cops like laughing and really appreciating what I was saying. 4 more years. Great white hope. They were like cracking up and tell the other guys to read the sign and stuff. But you know, cops have to keep it quiet because they serve the city. But they like Trump.
Yeah, we shouted, "We love cops."
Yeah.
And they weren't, because they're speaking out against hate, right? Antifa was pretending to speak out against hate.
Yeah.
I'm like, where are you, Antifa? But they wouldn't chant, "We love cops."
Amazing. These folks hate good, folks. They hate God. And so they hate you if you're straight and you serve God. And they really hate the blacks and the Mexicans, but they need to use them. See, Joel, while you're at the beach,
I was at the beach. Saying
you were at the beach. What is a man doing at the beach when there's a war?
I was at the beach saying 4 more years, great white hope at the beach. Somebody has to do it at the beach. Who's going to do it at the beach?
I don't believe
it.
him.
Can't all be done in Modesto.
You were saying it to yourself?
To the world.
Not one person heard it.
Maybe not, but I was saying it.
You said it to yourself?
4 more, I screamed it.
We were at war up there, folks. It was a nice battle. And so I say to all men and women of God, don't run from the battle. Go to the battle. Deal with it. Don't run from the issues of life. Face the issues of life and overcome them. Greater is he that's in us than he that's in them. All right? And I realize they don't have any power at all.
Yeah. And you know, the media is not telling the whole truth about what happened.
They're
They
not.
claimed it was mostly peaceful. It was peaceful on both sides, right? But it wasn't
It was
peaceful
not.
on both sides. They
It
were
was.
threatening, assaulting, committing
Yeah.
battery, all kinds of stuff.
You're standing in your way.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Trying to intimidate you. There were some young beta males who were on the side of the children of the lie.
Yep.
And they were like cursing. And the women were cursing too. The lesbians know how to curse.
Yeah.
They know how to say nasty things. And the little gay boys too.
And they were showing the hate symbol, hate hand sign with the middle fingers up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was
Like
telling them
crazy.
to come near me. Come. I want to deal with them. But they wouldn't come over. Mm-hmm. Amazing. But a great time. The first straight pride event out of Modesto, California. A local news station reported on the straight pride parade, helped by helped by Don Grundman of the National Straight Pride Coalition. Here's the first news story on that.
Celebrate each and every ally. On the morning of a planned straight pride parade, members of the LGBTQ community and their supporters showed up at Ensland Park for their own demonstration.
This is all of Modesto and a big part of the valley coming together for us to say we're not going to stand for bigotry, we're not going to stand for hate, we're going to look after each other, and we're going to embrace each other.
James Varble among those who addressed the crowd.
Are we all together?
So did Assembly member Susan Eggman, who recalled being a young lesbian in the late 1970s.
If you've never been afraid to walk down the street holding the hand of the person you love, then you might not need a parade just for you on that day. But for a lot of people who have feared their safety, a lot of people who have been assaulted for simply loving who they love, to have a place of inclusion and acceptance is incredibly important.
It's amazing that they came to our event and demonstrated against us, protested against us, and we didn't care. But they always show up at, these Antifa people show up at when white people hold, events.
Yep.
Like up in Oregon the other week. They show up and attack them.
Yep.
Like they don't have a right to protest, right? But
they assault us for loving who we love, like that lady said.
Here's, they report on the people holding the event.
As this demonstration continued, the California Straight Pride Coalition, led by Don Grundman, gathered in front of a Planned Parenthood to send their message.
Straight culture is under attack. I'll call it normal, natural, healthy, sane is under attack. And we're going to illustrate that in the election cycle upcoming. We're going to illustrate our point, and we're going to bring sanity back to the nation.
Grundman, joined by a smaller group of supporters, including Mylinda Mason.
There's an agenda, I'll say, against in the public square against Christianity in general. So this all goes together for us.
That lady is a tough lady, by the way. I have to tell you that. She's better than some of the beta bells. Eventually, the protesters showed up to shut the event down.
Shortly after the coalition's demonstration began, the group from Ensland Park arrived in large numbers to protest that message. The dueling sides argued and chanted back and forth beneath the hot sun for more than an hour before eventually going their separate ways. This as police patrolled the peaceful demonstration, issuing no citations and making no arrests.
Those people were anything but peaceful. Mark my word. Anything but peaceful. I noticed that the media don't like to show the blacks when they're there on the side of good.
Yep.
They don't like that. They want to show white people as white supremacists. So they don't want to show people, black people or even Hispanic people.
Yep.
That's amazing how that is. So here is Straight Pride with JLP. Jesse Lee Peterson.
I don't understand how, as a black man,
Let's
I
be
can support Donald Trump. Over 21 and they're making their own decisions.
You would tell them the truth.
What truth, sir?
That they need to overcome being a homosexual. And lesbian
Something.
by repenting. Admitting that you're wrong.
Okay.
Are you a lesbian?
No,
When you're a
sir.
lesbian, you do it like
Yeah,
this.
but I'm just trying to give you some hints. First of all,
Which one is normal?
Sir, turn
Tell
the
me
page.
the normal.
what?
Pleasure to meet you. Yes. All right, man. Let's get you on. Yeah, we're going to be needed soon. Thank you for your work. Honor to me. Love you too. Keep up the good work. The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope. Great White Hope. The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope. The Great White Hope. So when that woman said, asked why would a black person be supporting President Trump, you didn't hear it, but I said because he is a straight, white, conservative, Christian man of power, and y'all hate him. Well, so much noise and stuff going on. You didn't hear that part. And then I was asking her, why don't you? because she said she stopped having sex with lesbians. And so I was saying that, why don't you help, if you really love them, and she's a lesbian, fat lesbian too, you would help them overcome it. And so all that was going on there. It was amazing.
Yeah, it was really nice.
And James had a hootenanny of a time, folks. He was yelling at them, and they were in his face, but he was back in their faces and was not afraid. Alpha Bear! While Joe Ellis at the beach.
He claims he was yelling.
Great White Hope at the beach.
We were at war. There's nothing like being at war. Every man, especially every man, should be happy with going to war and serving what's right. Serving God and their country. Family, God, family, country, and Constitution. That's what it's about. It's not about race. Just FYI, anything else you want to say about that?
You heard them saying no ICE. They were saying no borders, no walls, no ICE at all, but they were also saying no borders, no walls, no USA at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do they mean about no USA?
Because they don't want America at all. They want to go back to with the Indians and Mexicans owning America.
Why don't they go live with them
and
then?
Communists.
Oh, they want to do that here?
Yeah, then they pretend to be for free speech. Like, I don't know. They're saying fascists go home.
When really
Nazis
they're
go
only
home.
about their own selfish perversion.
Yeah.
That's what they're really about. And they don't want any reminder that they are wrong.
Yeah.
Any reminder. We were there. So next time, folks, get involved. Really. Get involved. Involved. Don't just go to the beach. And feel proud that you went to the beach. And brag about it. And then lie and say you were shouting.
It's not a lie.
Amazing.